Hi foodies, we are making my favorite muffins today. They are my green muffins. I like to call them my green giant muffins because they're packed with nutrition. They have spinach and oats and oat flour, so they're super filling. We had these in the beginning of our whole food plant-based lifestyle for breakfast. We would have 2 of these for breakfast, and sometimes in the afternoon we would have them for a snack. We really loved these muffins, and I haven't made them in a while because we've added other recipes to our repertoire and other muffins, and we've kind of settled into Jay loves his overnight oats and I like my soy chia pudding. So I'm going to be making some so that we can keep them in the freezer. They keep really well in the freezer. They also keep really well in the fridge for you to snack on. And then I'm going to make them so that we can also take them on a trip because they're fantastic to have on the plane or even at your destination to tide you over until you find or get to your whole foods that you might have taken on the plane. Sometimes we take a mixed veggie bowl that we take on the plane, but we use these as a snack. So, yummy. So I already made a prior batch, and I made that prior batch with pumpkin butter. I'm going to be making this batch with peanut butter. You can use almond butter or any type of butter, nut butter that you like. Almond butter is flavorless to some people, so if you don't like a nutty flavor in your muffin, feel free to use the almond butter. So what I'm going to do today, and I've already pre-mixed my wet ingredients and my dry ingredients, so I'm going to go ahead and put my bananas in here. I'm using 2 bananas, and I'm going to be using 5 ounces of spinach, and I'm going to pack this down as best as I can, and then I'm going to put my wet ingredients on top, and I'm going to blend it until the spinach is nice and blended in. So like I said, these muffins are power packed with nutrition because they have oats, and I keep some of the oats. It takes 3 cups of oat flour, but I use 2 cups of oat flour and 1 cup of whole rolled oats because I like the bits of the whole rolled oats in there. If you're making them for your family and the kids, you don't think they'll like the bits of the whole rolled oats, then use, the entire 3 cups in oat flour. Today, I'm not making my own oat flour. In order to make my own oat flour, I would put whole rolled oats in here, and I would grind them up before I begin the whole process. But today I'm going to be using bagged oat flour, and I'm going to be using 2 cups of that and 1 cup of whole rolled oats. I can't say rolled today. Okay, so I've got my wet ingredients that I'm going to put in here, and I've got my peanut butter for this one, and I've got plant-based milk and apple cider vinegar, and I've got my maple syrup for sweetness. The peanut butter is going to be our oil for this recipe. So, and we don't need an egg. All of this is going to bind together, and it's going to make a very nice muffin. I've also got my baking soda and my baking powder, along with my whole rolled oats and my oat flour and my cinnamon in my dry bowl. I'm going to stop and stir this to get all the leaves incorporated because we don't want to get one muffin with spinach leaves in it. We just want it nicely ground up. And then I'm going to put my dry ingredients in here, and I'm going to pulse them quickly so that they don't overmix. I've got my dry ingredients going, and I'll do the same thing. I'll pulse it, and then I'll scrape the sides. Oop, I should have covered it. Okay, so I've got I'm going to pulse it again just to make sure everything is nice and blended. And then I'm going to put it in I'm going to taste this. The beauty of this muffin recipe, it's plant-based. It doesn't have eggs or anything that's going to make me sick, so I love to try it. Let me find my other muffin tins. I've got my muffin liners. I've got my silicone tray here, and then I line it with parchment paper. And then I've got my handy dandy scooper that I like to use that my sister got me into. She uses these scoopers, and I can't believe I never had one. Finally broke down and bought myself some in different sizes for cookies and for muffins, and they're a lifesaver. So I'm going to try and actually make these a little bit bigger than what I made the last batch, because the last batch that I made just more of a snack muffin. These I'm going to make more of a breakfast muffin. I'm going to make it bigger so that it's substantial, so that we can have one big muffin if we want to for breakfast, or if we take it on the trip like I said. And if we want to grab it for the plane that morning and we've got a long haul, we've got a more filling breakfast. So once I get done with these, I'll put the picture of what they look like, but I do have the recipe on my Instagram. I already have the recipe on the page. And as you can see, it's a very green batter. So I like to tell kids that they are green giant muffins. So if you've got kids, you can tell them that. Or Popeye muffins, although kids nowadays don't watch Popeye. But let's see. All right, so these are going to be more filled, and I'm probably going to need another liner. I'll show you what they look like, and I'm going to clean this little bit right here that fell so it doesn't burn. And I'll show you guys what it looks like on camera. See if I can bring it over without making a mess, because these silicone pans are, there we go. So I hope you guys try these muffins. These are fantastic to have, like I said, for snack or for breakfast, for dessert. Sometimes drizzle a little honey or drizzle a little maple syrup. A silken tofu spread that I make, or even the silken tofu chocolate spread, or the silken tofu coconut spread that I like to make. We sometimes spread them on these when we're having them. All right, foodies, have a good day. Happy day.